Unredeemable, unredeemable. I'm a ripple, 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 nipple, ripple, ripple. This is a review. I'm Scott.
I'm TJ.
And we're reviewing Spirited. It's Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. They're doing Christmas Carol. An inception of a Christmas Carol. It's Christmas Carol inside a Christmas Carol. Yo, dog, I heard you like a Christmas Carol, so I got you a Christmas Carol, and I put a Christmas Carol inside your Christmas Carol. Spoilers!
Good afternoon! Good afternoon! How you say? So you're waitress, cantankerous, buffoon! What's all this thing?
Oh, all right. So, yeah, spoilers inbound. So be sure to like and subscribe and come back later if you don't want this movie spoiled for you. But I'm going to turn off my lights immediately because this movie drained the lights right out of me. Spirited. We had to dig out our free trial for Apple TV so we could watch this terrible musical. Okay, not terrible.
Look.
Not terrible.
I laughed, genuinely.
I laughed a lot.
Times.
It's funny.
It's funny.
It's cute.
But it could be better.
It could be better.
It could be so much better.
This is the Christmas theme this year. We're a bunch of Grinches. We just want more. We're not happy with what we're given. It's not the thought that counts. We want more. Damn it. More.
I did like it when the little kid asked for some more, and they both put. I mean, once again, this movie had
good
funny,
day to you, sir. Or
good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon! You smell of shite!
Yeah, how could I forget? Good afternoon. It's a very mixed bag, this Spirited movie. Yeah. So what you have here is it's a Christmas Carol, but what if the ghosts from a Christmas Carol operated out of the Santa's workshop from a Santa Claus movie, right? And they have like a bureaucracy where they decide whose life they're going to change this year, and
it's, I guess, an alternative to just being dead in heaven or hell is you can work for Christmas Carol.
You're reincarnated.
You Christmas Carol people.
You're reincarnated as a Christmas Carol employee.
Yeah, but then as payment, you can come back to life.
See, this is where the movie. What are the rules?
What are the rules?
What are the rules?
What are the rules? What are the rules? When you've kept your brain, but the world's insane, how the hell you gonna find out the rules?
There are no rules.
The movie. Look, you just have to go with it.
Yeah.
They're not trying that hard to make this make a lot of sense. There's
it's
just
fun.
a lot of But they can come back to life and live out the rest of their days as a human, but then what happens when they die again? Question mark.
And Will Ferrell doesn't know what it's like for his back to be scratched, but his coworker bangs Ryan Reynolds, so
Yeah.
What's up with are you a ghost or can you feel?
If you can have sex with Ryan Reynolds, why would you?
You should be able to have your back scratched.
Right. That seems like more pleasurable than back scratch.
Yeah.
And just in the realm of what you can do, having sex better than back scratch.
I think most people would agree.
But then again, in an everyday life, I'd rather have access to scratching my back all the time. Maybe, I don't know. Anyways, so
unredeemable.
They have a whole production where they do a Christmas Carol to you, and it's the same thing every time where they do the whole Christmas. Ghost of Christmas past, ghost of Christmas present, ghost of Christmas future, or things to come, right?
Yeah.
And then when you're changed, they all come back and celebrate and clap for you. But it's the organization is led by Jacob Marley from A Christmas Carol, which it just doesn't work. It's so weird. And he's just walking around, but he's still dressed like he's in the 1800s. And he's filed that in the computer. Let me read my email, sir. And I'm what is happening?
Yeah, I don't know. And then I did appreciate the twist that Will Ferrell was Scrooge.
It's Ebenezer Scrooge!
Yes! A cooked goose! Ha ha ha!
It's funny.
It was funny.
Him as Scrooge is funny.
Him and Scrooge are some of the best Will Ferrell. All the best Will Ferrell parts in this movie come from Will Ferrell being frustrated or yelling or being more almost like SNL Will Ferrell, a character caricature.
When he's being the character that he evolved from. What the whole point is that his character is nice and he's not irredeemable. He's a nice guy now, but he has no character now. He's just a complete blank slate. Like he's just like, I'm a happy robot. Christmas.
When he becomes human again, and it's just immediately an elf scene. To the point where they were like, let's just put a dude in the elf costume. Because people are going to be like, this is just elf. So
and Will Ferrell insults him.
Yeah, which is great. It, once again, made me laugh.
Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color?
But there's lots of, it's similar to Violent Night in that there are a lot of funny little bits, but like it's not a cohesive plot. Like the movie, like it has cohesive narrative beats. Like we could tell what was going to happen just because we've seen enough movies and whatever. But like,
I mean, it's a Christmas Carol. We've seen this remade 7 times. So even when you're trying to play on it,
right? But it's just like even the other things where it's like we predicted like that Ryan Reynolds would become the new Ghost of Christmas Present, which we haven't even talked about Ryan Reynolds. So his character is the new Scrooge. He's like the 20th century Scrooge, which is a PR manager, motivational speaker guy who gets people to fight on Twitter.
He's like a Wall Street dude.
Yeah, he gets people to fight on Twitter. That's his like goal. He stirs up drama and controversy.
Yeah, he makes company takeovers happen by essentially digging up dirt and saying, "Hey, look what they did, aren't they?"
Well, he's appealing to the Christmas Tree Farmers Association, which they're mad at Big Christmas Tree for making fake Christmas trees. So he's saying that if you have a fake Christmas tree, that you hate Christmas.
It's a symbol of your values, it's your ethics and your cause. You can't either be fake like the trees they make or take a stand for Santa Claus. We're bringing back Christmas.
He's a bad person. He manipulates people.
Yeah.
I mean, the
He's
scene
a troll.
He's a troll. And I mean, you have the scene where his co-worker, like, she seemed like she was his assistant, but then when he gets fired in the flashback, he's like, I'll make you my chief executive.
I don't know.
I don't know. This
movie doesn't make any sense.
There's no real rules or groundings, you know. It's just kind of, just go with it. Go with it.
So yeah, they decide to do the Christmas Carol to Ryan Reynolds because Will Ferrell realizes that he's irredeemable, and Scrooge was irredeemable. He was considered you can never do. But this is where this doesn't make sense. This is also where this
because Jacob tells
no. But go with me here.
Sure.
If this is all they've been doing this for a long time, or is it based on him? Because Jacob Marley is specifically from his story, but he's also running the organization that does the Christmas Carol to people, which begs the question, were they doing this prior to Scrooge? Or was he the first ever Christmas Carol victim? Whatever.
When did they become eternal?
I don't know. I don't know. Because Jacob Marley was a live person that worked for Scrooge. He wasn't a ghost. He was a person that worked for Scrooge.
So, okay, go with me again.
And he's haunting him specifically because he's worked for him. There's a reason for it.
So, go with me here. Much like how there's a few times in this movie where like, oh, that had a lot of potential. One of the early threads I thought that might happen that I thought would actually pan out well in this movie was because Octavia Spencer could see Will Ferrell. I thought she was going to be like an inside man. And she'd be like another Jacob.
No.
But no.
Well, because they also don't ever explain. So now Scrooge is the ghost of Christmas Present.
Right.
Who was the ghost of Christmas Present when he was doing it? I just don't understand how Scrooge then it doesn't make any sense.
What if this is just a cycle of unredeemables becoming Christmas Present? And
so there was more
before,
but then that doesn't. So Jacob Marley
is an inside man.
I don't know.
We'll play it that way.
Okay. We're reading too much into this silly musical. At the end of the day, it's a silly musical.
It's a silly
songs, they're fine.
Songs are fine.
They're not great. I liked a few of them. I'll probably be humming them later. But like, you know, Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds are serviceable, but they're not singers.
I think Ryan Reynolds' best song was when he sang in a British accent.
Another pint for me, friend. Extra warm.
Your accent blows.
Well, I
beg to differ.
Oh yeah, there was that. I mean, look, there was some fun bits, but yeah, when you get into the whole plot of like Ryan Reynolds is Deadpooling Christmas Carol.
And once again, if you commit to that and that's your movie, this would have worked.
Yeah.
This movie, there's a certain point where we paused it and we were like, how much more movie do we think we have?
It's too long.
And we were 50 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
And there was an hour and 40 left.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Well,
but up until that point, that first 50 minutes felt like 7 different act ones for different movies and it couldn't decide what lane.
Who are we following here? And they kind of go back and forth. And I guess to this movie's credit, it does like tie everything up in a nice bow at the end, and everything does kind of,
Christmas bow.
But it's satisfying in that way that at least like, it resolves in a nice, cute way. It's a nice, cute, look, if you're watching this with your family on Christmas, nobody's going to be analyzing it to the level that we are. It's cute, it's fun, it's entertaining. But if you're just watching it with your homies or having fun with your friends on Christmas or whatever, you're going to be like, what is going on? Why is Tracy Morgan death right now?
Christmas future,
Christmas
he
future.
was great.
I'm sorry, I happen to wreck shit.
It's a very weird movie.
Yeah.
It's hard to like wrap your head around.
That's the problem. It's hard to wrap your head around this fun musical.
Right. And it's hard to just enjoy because you're questioning so much of what's happening.
Yeah, and it's not like, even towards the end I was like, oh, there's a moment where it felt like maybe Will Ferrell was like, this was the plan the whole time.
Well, and
like
just the
for
movie,
a brief moment they try to sell you on it.
Yeah.
And I like all that.
But the movie,
But-
the thing that doesn't work for me is they're trying to be too meta by like, oh, here's that. I didn't know that. How do we know the same song lyrics? Did we practice that? Like, there's moments where they like acknowledge that they're in a musical, which obviously Ryan Reynolds is very meta in his career, but like, so is Will Ferrell, I guess. But like, I don't know. Like, the movie is already kind of meta in itself. So then it's like having that extra layer just felt like it was. I rolled my eyes and groaned out loud every single time they acknowledged that they were in a musical. It's just, I don't know. It's just too much.
Yeah, it's a little too on the nose sometimes.
A little bit too on the Rudolph the Red Nose.
Like that. It's like that joke.
Christmas over. Christmas over. God.
What I want is for you to shut up and let me do my job.
Is there a ghost of Christmas Grumpy? Because you could do that job.
I think that's a great time to bring us to final thoughts. So, TJ, final thoughts on Spirited Away.
This is a movie my mom would describe as a fun time. Just not wrong, but maybe, watch it with your family, not with your friends. It feels like it has a weird tone from time to time, but a lot of really solid jokes. I laughed a lot, which I always appreciate. I wish that the story felt tighter, You could probably make the story tighter by cutting a couple scenes, to be honest. And you would never do that because you've got two big stars. And who are you going to cut a scene from? Can't cut one of them. So what can you do? I give this movie 2.5 Buddy the Elves.
Yeah, this movie is very strange. I at times found myself laughing and at times felt myself screaming internally and wanting to turn it off and begging for it to be over.
You
And also
screamed out
externally.
loud, yeah, a couple times.
So it is both fun and entertaining and absolutely miserable at the same time. I don't really know how that happens, but look, this movie, the cute, fun musical elements are fun. It's a cute idea. I like Ryan Reynolds. I like Will Ferrell, or used to a lot more than I do now. I think if they would have stripped out a lot of the more convoluted elements, especially like the Christmas Carol organization, you really don't need any of that. You could have just had them be doing the Christmas Carol stuff and had this other thing happen. You don't need the whole bureaucracy, organization, secret thing. But it adds too much. They had holograms and stuff. Yeah. I don't like all that extra stuff. And it's just obnoxious and tonally weird. And I don't know. It's fine. I give it 2 boiled gooses for everyone out of 5. which is what the real Ebenezer Scrooge would offer us after this movie.
Oh, he's dead.
Yeah, he's definitely.
No,
he's fine.
He's good.
Well,
Wow,
none of us
squirrely.
are real anyway.
I forgot about the holograms.
So that's been Spirited! Away! Spirited.
Hey, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe for more reviews. Hopefully, some more fun films.
And we'll have a hologram for you here with the next review coming at you very soon in the year 20. Oh, well, we'll have another review before the end of the year, but we're getting there.
Yeah.
We don't know. We're all recording these all at the same time. Anyways, have a Merry Christmas and like and subscribe.
Don't get Scrooged
And
or spirited.
and ripple.
Ripple.
Ripple.